So over here, we have our magic box, which is on location at a production office attached to internet somewhere. Over here, we have one of our edit from anywhere machines, and this is hosted in a secure data center in Atlanta. Over here, we have iconik, and over here we have transmit, which is our S3 browser and lens into Wasabi. So what we're going to do today is we're going to simulate a live day of production where we have just received a shuttle drive from the DIT, and we're going to start copying that material over to the magic box and begin our dailies process. So while this is transferring, we are going to open up MASV and SilverStack. And SilverStack is our Dailies lab tool. So we're going to start ingesting this material into SilverStack to begin our Dailies process. And we can usually do this right off the shuttle drive because we use pretty fast NVMe SSD shuttle drives. So here's the material. These are some footage that has been given to us by a show that we're working on called Raymar. It's a pilot. And first thing we're going to do here is we're going to sync that material. And doing so will also bring over all of the scene and take metadata. And then the next thing is we're going to go through and begin processing our dailies. Now, one of the cool things that has just happened is MASV has just gone and picked up the files that we just transferred and is already starting to deliver that material to our archive. And not just one cloud, but multiple clouds, and even one of our Edit from Anywhere workstations. And this is really powerful because while I'm working, this is all happening in the background, so we waste absolutely no time. The material that's on these camera cards are worth millions of dollars, and we want to make sure that they are protected as quickly as possible and that we can issue those card clearances back to the camera department after we have completely ensured that the material has been safely archived to multiple locations. Then over here, we're going to see that the material did arrive safely in the cloud. And so this is one of our Edit from Anywhere workstations that maybe if we wanted to do some further processing or transcoding, the original camera files have just landed over here. At the same time, simultaneously, you can see that that day of dailies, that day of original camera files, have just arrived here on Wasabi, and they're starting to populate. And this is one of our Wasabi regions, so this would be Production East. This would be one of our East Coast regions. And then simultaneously to that, the files are also being delivered to our West Coast region for maximum data safety and redundancy. So you can see this is the material arriving in Wasabi's US West region, and it even keeps the folder structure together due to the way it delivers through iconik. And so we have all of the original camera files here, all of the sound files here. So now this has been verified in 2 different regions. And you can see that on the Magic Box side, MASV has already started picking up the dailies to be delivered to the cloud, or rather to be delivered to iconik and to the editor to start work. So one thing that's kind of cool, let's reset this over here, refresh. And we can see that the original camera files have landed in the cloud, and the wave files, iconik has already started rendering and generating the waveforms. And iconik has a very elegant way of looking at waveforms. Pretty cool. And it's already starting to generate the preview of the material. So Iconic is rendering the package of the OCF that was just delivered, and then rendering it so that it can be managed through this really elegant web portal. So it's going to go ahead and start transcoding that. And one of the great things about the massive Iconic and Wasabi integration is that when Iconic is pulling this material out of Wasabi to render it, we are not incurring any egress fees because of the way Wasabi works, and obviously we're very grateful for that. Over here on the Edit From Anywhere machine, we can see that actually something cool has happened. Because of the package metaphor that's used in MASV, it's the perfect system to trigger transcodes. So this material was just simultaneously transcoded to HEVC, to H.264, to MXF, to ProRes, and waves just for fun. And as you can see in the background, the files have just shown up for the editor. So we're going to go ahead and load that into Avid. And we'll go ahead and rename this back. And import our AAFs. And then restripe those AAFs with the ALE that came out of our Dailies system. And now we have material that is ready to edit. And you can edit right off the cloud in one of our Edit From Anywhere machines. That's super high performance, 10 gig internet. As you can see, those massive transfers were really, really fast. So now you can begin editing.